an effective network. It's not just the size of your network, it's the influence of the people within it that counts. People buy products from people they know and trust, e.g. referrals. Identify high-quality prospective clients or influential introducers in your marketplace. Develop and implement a plan to get connected to them. Build an effective network. How many people do you know? What's your network? There are 20 million people in Lagos. How many people do you know? In 1995, I was still in paid employment. I was working for Ascon Oil. And then I used my own 25,000 naira, which was a lot of money then, to join a club called Lagos Country Club in Ikeja, because I love to play tennis. I can see the daughter of my very good friend then, Chief Chijiabo. Please, can we acknowledge her? You know, we're all in Lagos Country Club together. So I joined Lagos Country Club. Every evening I go there, or most evenings I go there to play tennis. So one day, the company I was working for, Ascon Oil, we imported a container load of cornstarch. As the head of sales and operations, the responsibility of selling this cornstarch fell on me. How am I going to sell a container load of cornstarch? So one evening, I finished playing tennis in Lagos Country Club, and the gentleman I played tennis with was a gentleman called Engineer Chike Mora. Chike Mora was the planning director of Cadbury Nigeria PLC. As a planning director, he was also in charge of procurement in Cadbury. So after tennis, I just walked up to him and said, Oga, please, I have a container load of cornstarch. I want Cadbury to buy it. He said, is that all? He said, yes. In my presence, he called a gentleman called Dr. Gumoela and said, Gabriel will come and see you tomorrow, negotiate and buy the container load of cornstarch. So the next day, I went to Cadbury. I saw the gentleman, and I came back with the LPO for the entire container load of cornstarch. I was excited. I showed it to my MD, and we supplied the container load of cornstarch, the entire container load. My MD now came to me and said, Gabriel, please, I need to meet that man. You need to introduce me to him. So I went back to the club, begged him, my MD wants to meet you, please give us an appointment. So he gave us an appointment. On this fateful day, we now went to Cadbury. From the gates, the security, the protocol, the reception, the forms, just to see this man. That was when I appreciated the privilege of just being able to walk up to him one-on-one and discuss the transaction. Now listen, there are people you want to see in this Lagos. There are people you've been waiting for 2 weeks to see. There are people you go to their offices and wait 8 hours to see them. Make no mistake about it. There are places where they hang out in this town, where you can walk up to them one-on-one and discuss what you want to discuss. But you need to invest in yourself. Now, I can break it down to even things as simple as join an activity group. You know, let me use a church as an example. Let me use an organization like this as an example. You know, we can say, 5,000 people were here today. That's different from saying Tokwe was here today. How do you begin to move from being a number, being a statistic, to being a person? You need to move away from being a statistic to being an identifiable person. And you can only do that by joining smaller activity groups. Invest in yourself. You like to play golf? Go join the golf club. You like to play tennis? Go join the tennis. Invest in groups where you can begin to interact with people. Because make no mistake, those are places where things happen. Build an effective network.